Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, back with what will start a series of reviews. This is my San Diego Comic-Con '08 Marvel Legends Hulk case. As you can see, there's Hulk and Fin Fang Foom at the top, along with You Got It First at Comic-Con '08 symbol up here. Now, a little interesting thing about the box is that all sides of the box have some image of Fin Fang Foom on them. Actually, I think when you are done and you break the box down, you're just going to have a giant Fin Fang Foom, which is actually really interesting. If it looks as cool as I think it's gonna, I'm gonna put it up on the wall. Of course, it has this strap at the top, so you didn't have to lug the whole box around '08. Okay. Now you see in here how the figures are lined up. Okay. But I wanted to thank Onslaught Fan 94 for recommending the case and saving me a good bit of money. So without further ado, let's start these reviews up. Okay, my first review is going to be Marvel Legends She-Hulk, which is figure 1 from the Hulk Legends line. Okay, let me get down to something right quick before I even start the review. As you can see, her dress looks very non-destroyed. There's no V-cut in the neck. I mean, it looks like She-Hulk basically just pulled the dress on. As you can see right here, the picture of her actually has her wearing a ripped dress, like she actually, hulked out in it. This one looks like she's meant to be wearing it. Now, it is real cloth, so it's obviously removable, but that's just not an interesting thing. I mean, I might take a knife to it myself to try and make it look a little more ripped and tattered. One other thing is that you won't be able to tell in the box, but Fin Fang Foom's eyes look kind of weird. They look very standard, very normal for a person's eyes, but in the actual head of the figure comes with red eyes, which is good. She obviously comes with the head and neck of Fin Fang Foom. Okay, so moving on to the back. There's Fin Fang Foom when he's finished. Okay, the figures in this line were She-Hulk, Wendigo, End Hulk, Son of Hulk, King Hulk, and here it has yet to be released, which they were when I got the case, Grey Hulk, Absorbing Man, and Doc Samson. Now you'll see at the top here a better picture of how she's supposed to look in her dress. Okay. It says, even before she first turned into the Savage She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters was saved at least twice by the superhuman status of her cousin Bruce. After Bruce was forced to donate his own blood to save her life, she manifested the ability to mutate into the raging female answer to the Green Goliath himself. However, without the mental baggage borne by her cousin, Jen quickly gained control of her superhuman alter ego, and now Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk are one and the same. Just recently, the disappearance of Hulk has left Jen in the unfortunate position of trying to fill her cousin's sizable shoes, as she's faced threats as great as Abomination and Wendigo. Okay. Height 6'7", weight 650 pounds, real name Jennifer Walters, identity public, alias J Giantess, affiliation Shield, powers unmeasurable strength, and damage resistance and healing factor. Okay. So, obviously, like I said, this is in her earlier career before she completely had control of her powers. So, let's pull this figure out of the pack. Okay, and here she is out of the pack. Now, I've got to admit, I've only had her out of the pack for a couple of minutes, and I'm already really frustrated with her articulation. Mainly because there's a really irritating click, click, click whenever you move the legs. Okay, but overall, her articulation is somewhat decent. Her arms move 360 degrees, shoulder joint, and this new type of wrist joint which rotates and of course flexes. But I do think I like the other wrist joints better. They looked a little better. These look like they're just emerging. Same for both arms, and of course I was going to do it last, but obviously She-Hulk's head does pop off a little too easy. Now, I pulled her out of the pack and this happened. I was unbelievably mad. I was like, the first Hulk figure, the first one out of the Hulk Legends series, and the head pops off in 2 seconds. So I was really angry, but then I realized, with her hair, if you haven't, I wasn't going to get to the detail later, but the detail on her hair is really nice. It looks wild, it looks crazy. With it on her head, it actually is going to be almost impossible to pull her dress off, which obviously some people do want to pull the dress off. Okay, we'll get to that. Now, the leg articulation is very irritating move. You can hear that clicking. Okay, but there is a joint there, knee joint, and of course the same deal with the foot as with the new wrist. Rotates, flexes. So, not crazy about that, especially with those legs. Those will drive you nuts. Now, like I said, boom, way too easy to happen. It should give me a little resistance at least. But they knew fanboys would want to display her without the dress, so let's pull that dress off. Okay, and there she is without the dress on, obviously. Here's the dress. It's actually a little bit stretchier fabric than I would have imagined, but it'll still tear if you put too much pressure on it. Really irritating to get the dress on and off, even though her head does pop off, which I'm still not crazy about. Now, as you can tell, she does obviously have the bra and panties on. Yeah, I know, fanboys everywhere are disappointed. Okay, one thing I wanted to notice, her bra, you won't be able to tell, but it's actually got a little detail up around here where it actually looks torn. Now, I can't believe that. They won't tear the dress, but they'll tear the bra? I mean, come on. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. Oh, look, her bra ripped, but her dress didn't. That leaves room for so many dirty jokes. I know. Okay, but last part of the review. The head of Fin Fang Foom with the moving jaw. And the neck. Those pop in there. And boom. Fin Fang Foom is the biggest Build-A-Figure, I think. I think the horns are what give him a little bit, like an inch or so on the Sentinel. Not 100% on that, but there is the neck and head of Fin Fang Foom. Put that off to the side. Okay, well, overall, this figure is alright. Like, her detail is pretty good. Even, the dress is not, obviously. But, they actually did some detail on the bra, which is kind of weird, seeing as, how many people are going to... I guess I'll display her without the dress on. That'll look kind of creepy on my shelf, but... Oh, well, I'll just have to explain that to my girlfriend. But, anyways, this is a good figure, but it leaves a lot to be desired. Mainly because the Hulk Legends line have a $15 price tag. Now, $15 is a lot, even for a Marvel Legends figure. Now they're going for about $10 to $11, which is what the DCUs go for. But when these were on store shelves, which I think you can still find them in Toys R Us and maybe Target, these just weren't, for $15, the only really redeeming quality they had was that they had the biggest Build-A-Figure when you got said and done, which is assuming you could find all 8. So overall, I just can't recommend it for $15. If you really want a She-Hulk, go back and find the one that was in her original costume. I don't have her, but I've heard she was better. So I'm going to go 6.5, a half a point lower than average, because her joints do give me some trouble, but once the dress is off, her detail is nice, as sick as that may sound. Her head pops off way too easy. But overall, she, at the end of the day, I just bought her in the case, of course, because I wanted Fin Fang Foom. But anyways, this is JTrain997, signing off.